This scary Tinder date story was sent in by a user. It might be one of the scariest stories I've ever read. There was this girl named Jamie who was on Tinder looking for a hot guy to cuff. She saw this guy whose name was Eddie, and he had a very handsome account. He had these pictures of him shirtless, flexing his muscles and just being all cute. So Jamie decided to match with him and they started talking. They talked for a couple days and then Eddie asked Jamie if she wanted to meet up. Jamie said yes and she told Eddie that she would be at this bar at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. on the dot, Eddie showed up. Jamie thought Eddie was very cute in person and they started making out, and it was going pretty well. But then all of a sudden, Jamie's friend called her and she asked, "Hey, what are you doing?" Jamie said, "Oh, I'm just at the bar." Her friend said, "I didn't know you were going to be out tonight. We're going to go see this new serial killer documentary on Netflix and chill." Jamie said, "Oh no, I'm actually on a date with a guy from Tinder." Her friend responded, "Oh really? Well, be careful because there was this guy on the news who was a serial killer and he would go on Tinder and he would find these girls to meet up with him and then he would kill them." Jamie responded, "Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I should be more careful. I'll call you later." Then Jamie's friend hung up. As soon as Jamie's friend hung up, Jamie started freaking out. She started thinking, what if the guy I'm with is a serial killer? What if he's gonna try to kill me? Jamie tried to play it cool though because she didn't want Eddie to think that she was crazy or anything. She said, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom." When Jamie went to the bathroom, she washed her hands and she looked at herself in the mirror and she started freaking out even more. She was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" Then she looked over and she saw this window and she was like, "Yeah, I can escape through that window." So she opened up the window and she started climbing out. But as she was climbing out, this guy in the next bathroom stall was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Jamie was like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here." And she started running. She ran out of the bathroom and she ran outside. And luckily she made it out before Eddie noticed that she was gone. When Eddie came out of the bathroom, he was like, "Hey, where did she go? I thought we were gonna make out some more." But little did Eddie know that Jamie had just saved her own life, because if she didn't, and if her friend didn't call her, then she probably would have been the next victim of a serial killer. So I'm glad that Jamie got out of that situation okay. But at the same time, I am also kind of annoyed at her because she could have just not gone on the date in the first place. Like, come on guys, you gotta be careful when you're going on these Tinder dates. If a guy seems too good to be true, then he probably is. Or if a guy has a shirtless picture on his Tinder, just swipe left because those guys are usually losers. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that scary Tinder and meetup story. If you did, please leave a like. And if you want to hear more stories like this, then you can click the video right here. But anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.